I'm in Mazda's first ever hybrid here in the United States. You might be saying, Kirk, doesn't the CX-90 and the CX-70 have a hybrid? Well, they do, but it's a plug-in hybrid that has a much larger battery. This, my friends, is the CX-50 that's using Toyota's RAV4 hybrid powertrain in the Premium Plus trim, coming in at $41,470 after destination. So this is probably the most expensive trim you can get it in. Also, it's rated at 38 miles per gallon. Don't worry, guys, because in my week of testing, I'll be putting a lot of miles on it. I will refill it. I will tell you what my actual fuel economy is on this hybrid from Mazda, but it's built in Mazda and Toyota's plant in Alabama. I'll talk all about that stuff. There's so much for me to geek on in this video. Just keep in mind, driving impressions are held until I believe November 12th. So I won't be able to tell you what this is like to drive, but I've driven this powertrain countless amount of times in Toyota vehicles, from the Highlander to the RAV4 to the Lexus RX 350H to the NX 350H to derivatives in the Camry. It's not necessarily hard to come to a conclusion what this is like to drive if you see my reviews on Toyota hybrids and if you've seen my reviews on previous CX-50s. Now, I've only driven this 5 miles, so regardless, I have zero opinion yet on what this is like to drive. So anyways, you'll have to wait till November 12th. All right, what I can tell you, it is 219 horsepower here. So this is using Toyota's, oh, the engine just kicked on. I've been sitting here for maybe 20 minutes letting the AC run. So it's only a matter of time before the engine kicks back on. But yes, this is using Toyota's 4th gen hybrid system, all-wheel drive standard here. So we have, well, this is a little bit different from Mazda. We have an e-axle in the back powering the rear wheels, while this engine and electric motors up front power the front wheels. So it's a very front wheel drive focused hybrid system. It's very efficient, focused on efficiency as well as power, as well as smoothness. We'll talk more about that, I guess, especially during my driving impressions. But the front end here, as far as I know, it looks very much like any other CX-50. The more premium models here have kind of like this fancy sparkly chrome black darkened paint around the bottom of the bumper. It would have been nice if the Mazda logo had that sort of dark finish to it. And the bottom of the bumper is kind of matte finish. I've seen other Mazda products. You look at like the Mazda 3 Turbo Premium Plus, and the bottom of that is very glossy. Some people don't like glossy. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm just kind of pointing out what I see here. But the front end of the Mazda CX-50 is very, very macho, very strong, very wide looking. We have these large wheel arches here that are also matte finished at the bottom. Hybrid logo. Isn't that funny? It's so bizarre to see that on a Mazda, and it's just like the generic hybrid logo that you would expect from like 2010 or something. It's just chrome and like that super bright blue color. So something you would see on a Honda hybrid or a Toyota hybrid. It's just kind of funny. Anyways, it's a welcome addition here. All right, let's look at these wheels. Do you like this two-tone with the machine finish? It looks pretty good, I guess. I think it makes the vehicle look sporty. Mazdas are pretty sporty here. This is a 19-inch wheel, 225 width in the front and the rear. All right, and as we come to the back, roof rails, we have one little shiny bit of chrome on the back end. This has always been on the CX-50 on this sporty trim. I guess it's Premium Plus. It would have been nice if this was maybe darkened to match the front grille, but no one's gonna care. I'm just finding things to, I don't know, notice or have an opinion about. So as we come to the back, darkened out rear taillights look really, really nice here. Here's that hybrid badge. Of course, it's all-wheel drive. All Mazda crossovers are all-wheel drive here in the United States. Dual exhaust, hey-yo. Keeping that dual exhaust. I'm happy about that. Mazda does dual exhaust really, really well. As we get on the inside, there's very few surprises here. Hey, spare tire, full-size spare tire, at least full diameter, maybe not full width. So I do appreciate that. Spare tires are getting very, very hard to come by nowadays. that Bose subwoofer in there. Prefer Bose sound systems typically in cars over Toyota's JBL sound systems. We can fold down the rear seats. I will be taking my kids to school in this tomorrow. So look how much space there is in this. Huge wagon-like captivity here in this CX-50. All right, let's go ahead and close the hatch. Let's get into the rear. Soft touch materials at the top? Absolutely not. Unfortunately, all hard touch. Okay, soft touch down here, so it gets a little bit nicer as we go down. And this handle here just looks a little basic too. All right, but these seats, these leather seats are, well, that's where it steals all your attention. This kind of gold orange-like stitching is absolutely beautiful. It's delicious. Yeah, I eat it up. And then you have kind of like this gold twirl for this trim at the edge of the seats. Getting the kids' car seats in here would be really, really easy as well. If I ever need to put AB in here. Into the back, we have rear vents, 2 USB-Cs in the back, 1 mat pocket on that side. Oh, you guys want to see the panel roof in here? Premium Plus, of course, gets a lot of cool features like this pano roof. If I didn't mention head-up display, it gets that as well. We also have LED lights right there. Handles over each door, which is kind of nice. All right, so leg room back here. I'm 6'1". This seat is set for me at 6'1". Hey, not bad. I'm happy with that. And if you guys want a discount on my Earth Runners, still think I have a discount with a promo code in the description for my Earth Runners. These things are the most comfortable shoes. Well, yes. Anyways, if you guys like minimal shoes, just check them out. And yes, I think you would be happy. They have like a lifetime warranty. All right, let's get into the front of this beautiful Mazda CX-50. I don't know what those guys are doing. All right, CX-50 hybrid. Oh, they're running a loud generator to pump water. Anyways, Bose sound system, speaker, the tweeter here up in the A-pillar. I wish we had this gorgeous stitching on that back door, but it is what it is. And this door handle, even in the front, just looks unfinished. It looks like this should be a different color material or something, but that's just me. I'm trying to find things to nitpick because this vehicle is very impressive overall. Again, attention to detail on the seats is fantastic. Look, even this little portion over here has this stitching. Closing the door, memory seats here. And here is some new stuff. Traditionally, this, let's see if I can get closer. This right here is your tachometer. I am in a hybrid, so if I switch to drive modes, will that change into a tachometer? No. So if I'm in trail, only the center screen changes, all right? Not the side screen. So this, obviously this little power gauge meter is almost very Toyota-like. So go figure. We have a Toyota powertrain in here, and the gauge in here is almost inspired by Toyota. Now we also have this EV button here, or should I say light, that let us know the engine's off. That's great. I'm just so used to it, you know, Toyotas have a bright, I would say it's probably brighter than this. It's easier to notice. You can probably see that the cover of this in front of here is pretty reflective. This is not a driving impression thing because I'm not driving, so just yeah, you guys can probably see the reflective panel on here, and so it makes this EV light maybe a little bit harder to see than it is, or needs to be. Whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. It's not easy to see. Now this screen is not customizable very much, so I can press info here, and then it'll show me like cruise control, lane keep, that sort of thing. I can turn it off, turn it back on, and it just shows me my state of charge on the hybrid battery, the traction battery here, which I believe is lithium ion. All right, and you can see, you know, it's at 3 out of, how many bars is on here? Toyota hybrids typically have 8 bars. Let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. is it 8 again? So even Mazda's using 8 bars as well to determine or to show the driver how much battery charge. So we have about 40% battery charge. I mean, Toyota hybrids, they typically like to be between anywhere from 35 to about 80% battery. So yeah, but I can't actually, interestingly, it doesn't seem like I can change my miles per gallon. It says average. I wonder if I can get it so it can read current, because I don't have like a fuel economy gauge like I do in most Mazda vehicles. All right, I'm gonna close this panel roof. You know, it's not the heat of summer here in Florida, but anytime you have a panel roof in Florida, 86 degrees feels like 106 degrees. You know, even if I go to information here, it'll say me fuel efficiency monitor, but it doesn't have anything like Toyota's, here, if you guys can see that, it doesn't have anything like Toyota's energy monitor or hybrid drive monitor, so I can't see what the engine's doing or the electric motors are doing. So that's kind of, well, I'll just sit, I know, yes, you guys know how I felt about the Camry not offering that on the center screen. This doesn't offer it on either screen, but at least it does tell me my battery state of charge. So I'm not completely in the dark what's going on with the hybrid system. All right, so this Premium Plus has ventilated seats. We have the traditional Mazda physical climate control here, which is fantastic. Power button, not start button, right? A power button for the hybrid because you can start the car without starting the engine. All right. Kind of the storage space back here, we have a wireless charger right there, 2 USB-Cs in here, so a total of 4 USB-Cs. I just got a text from my wife as I plug this in that the new season of Demon Slayer is coming on Halloween Day. We should be able to get some Android Auto coming up on here for you guys, which is easy to do. If you're just on the main screen, all you do is press up on your rotary dial and boom, Android Auto pops up. Is it a touchscreen? Yes, it is. It's touchscreen. Sometimes you have to activate it to be touchscreen. So I believe this is 10 1/4 inch screen here. Radial dial works, but it does not work well for Android Auto. So just use the touch. It's kind of far, like if you guys can see, I can't really reach it from here. So it should be about right here, honestly, but we have a vent kind of in that area. Maybe with a refresh or something, they could move that screen up or something, but it's not like a deal breaker, I'm sure, for many people. Feltline license plate holder. This Premium Plus has an auto dimming rear view mirror, as well as I think auto wipers is one of those things that also will have folding mirrors, which people are going to appreciate. Yes, there's also an EV button here. That is going to be very similar to Toyota's EV buttons on their cars. I haven't tested it, but I would assume that if the battery is probably around 70-80%, it'll let you drive around in fully electric at parking lot speeds for maybe a mile. But the car, like Toyota hybrids, for example, they'll run an EV as often as they see fit to get the most fuel economy. So seeing an EV button here is cool. It's unique compared to most other Mazdas, but I feel like this button is something you're probably not ever going to use. But that's about all I can share for now with the Mazda CX-50 hybrid. I cannot share driving impressions until November 12th, I believe, at a certain time. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen for you guys if I haven't already. I'm very excited to try out this car with Toyota's powertrain to let you know if it is as good as like a RAV4, what it does better. Maybe it doesn't do some things as good as a RAV4, how it's different compared to other Mazdas like the CX-50 Turbo, for example. Is it as quick as the Turbo? What kind of fuel economy is going to be seen here with my sort of driving? I'll share it all with you guys. Make sure you're subscribed. I can't wait to share more. Take care of yourselves and peace.